Hey, it's Legacy Mikey here. Yes, I changed my my YouTube channel. It's Legacy Mikey. It's no longer Little Mikey H or Defect Mage. I still got Defect Mage as my gamer tag. Yes, I joined LegacyGoW. Big shout out to Legacy Lowey for giving me a shot to join Legacy as a commentator. I really do appreciate you giving me this chance, sir. So, big props to you. Continuing. This commentary, I'm basically going to continue with the Judgement series, or at least my thoughts on it, and basically talk about what some fans on the Epic Game forums have talked about and such. In this particular gameplay commentary, this one's on, I believe it's a TDM match on hotels. I think I go 16-1 on this one, so I was busting my ass, but anyways, continue where I left off on Judgement. In this particular commentary, I'm basically going to talk about what fans have been wanting to see, or what their, I guess you could say, a wish list of things people want to see in future DLC or whatever, if there is going to be that for Judgement. One of the ones people want to see that I've heard people talk about, and I absolutely would love to see myself, would be a classic playlist or a competitive playlist, whichever you prefer to call it. I just call it classic. But basically, the idea behind a classic playlist that I've heard people talk about is basically you would get a lot of the classic feel from the first 3 Gears games. 2 primary weapon loadouts, because we're not going to see that in Judgement. You're only going to get to pick 1 primary weapon and a snub pistol. That's it. In this classic playlist, you would get your shotgun of your choosing, a rifle, and you would get the pistol, and I guess a smoke grenade. But that would be pretty nice to see. I mean, that's been my main concern with Judgement. I just I have my issues with the 1 primary weapon loadout. Another thing in the classic playlist that people have talked about, DBNO. I mean, how many gearheads and people that are just fans of the first 3 Gears games have been talking about it. Everybody wants DBNO. At least it seems like a majority of people want to see DBNO return. So maybe it'd be unfortunate to see it come back in DLC form, but I mean, if it's gonna come back, I want to come back some way. Be unfortunate for it to happen in DLC form, but whatever. Also with DBNO, execution. You would see that return. It'd also be nice to see classic game types, because we're not going to get King of the Hill anymore. I'm willing to give Domination a shot. I probably will like it just as much as I do King of the Hill, but it'd be nice to see TDM with DBNO again. King of the Hill with DBNO. That way we can see the meat shield being taken advantage of. So that would be cool to see make a return. Another thing that has been talked about, or I've seen people talk about, has been something in Domination. People have talked about it. There was a particular mechanic in King of the Hill where you had an overtime feature, I guess is what you could call it. I bring that up because I'm mostly a King of the Hill player. I've been playing a little bit of TDM here and there, and someone like me that's used to playing King of the Hill, I tend to get annoyed by TDM because it seems to be campy almost, a little too much for my taste, because I'm used to the ring forcing everybody to move around, so you don't see too much of a camp fest in King of the Hill. But getting back on track here, in one of the mechanics or things in King of the Hill was overtime, and I'm sure anybody that comes across this video could probably recall a few instances where they've played KOF, and they could be on the team that has the higher score than the other team, or the team they're facing off against has a lower score or a higher score than theirs. And in some cases, you will see one team get rewarded because of the overtime feature, because the enemy team is just going to be in proper position. They're going to be there to be able to take advantage of the overtime countdown of the ring. And you know, you can see teams win and lose because of that. I've been on been in many King of the Hill matches where my team could be ahead by 30 or 40 points, and we lose it because the other team just happens to be in proper position and overtime, and we could all get killed trying to break that ring, and they can take full advantage and run straight to the next ring. You know, I guess seeing overtime being removed, which is what some people are wanting to see. I've seen some people talk about, not everybody, but what I've heard some people say, you know, removing it would make domination more consistent than King of the Hill, which I kind of agree with. We'll see what happens there. Might be something interesting. Nice new little wrinkle in terms of the King of the Hill domination style game types. Another thing to talk about, what I've seen some people talk about on the Epic Game forums, is the idea of, you know, possibly an expansion of Overrun if it turns out to be really popular and, you know, it warrants, you know, add-ons, so to speak. Would be the idea being we would see more classes, such as a torque bow wielding class. Maybe we'll get to see some Therons. Maybe we'll also get to see you know, a class of cog with, you know, retro or a sawed-off. God, I don't even think about it, but I mean, Overrun, really the basic gist, you know, behind, you know, when that topic was brought up, the idea of expanding Overrun, having more character classes, is just, there's so much potential with Overrun. I mean, it's really the reason I'm willing to give Overrun a real serious shot, because I think it might be fun. It's kind of screwy, you know, that we won't get Locust. That was another thing in the classic playlist people brought up. You know, we get to play as Locust again. That would be pretty cool, but you know, we're not going to get that. You know, in the current TDM and domination and whatever game type we're going to get after that. I think Extraction is the other game type, but you know, we're not going to get that, and you know, it'd be nice, I guess, to play as a Theron with a torque bow for once. Since we're not going to get it, obviously, in regular multiplayer. But, alright, I know this gameplay is coming to an end, so I'm going to cut this a bit short. And we'll catch you guys later. Peace out, guys.